Hello and welcome to today's update for Hurricane Ian. Ian today continued to get much stronger and is way stronger than yesterday at this time. This is a message from the National Hurricane Center. Conditions in western Cuba beginning to deteriorate with significant wind and storm surge. Impacts expected overnight. As of 8 p.m., Ian was moving north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Minimum pressure was 965 millibars. Maximum sustained winds are at 100 miles per hour. Check out Ian here on infrared satellite, becoming very well organized, and it's possible it may pop out an eye here on satellite before it even landfalls at Cuba. If not, it definitely will once it passes Cuba. Now, taking a look at the model guidance today, models continue to have Ian getting stronger, and it is expected to become a major hurricane, possibly reaching Category 4. There's more hurricane models that now show a Category 4 than there previously was. Taking a look at some of the tracks for Ian, here's the tropical tracks. Here's Tampa Bay right here. Quite a few of these have a direct hit for Tampa Bay. But the main thing to take note of here is, even if it doesn't make a direct hit for Tampa, you're still talking massive storm surge, massive freshwater flooding from rain, and massive coastal flooding and beach erosion. This is going to be a serious storm for the western coast of Florida that will span over many miles. It doesn't matter if you're in the center of the storm or 100 miles away from the center of the storm. You will feel impacts across much of Florida. Taking a look here, this is from the European model. One possible outcome. The European model is showing an area of 110 mile per hour wind gusts right in the metro Tampa area. Here's the center of the storm, and here's the northwest quadrant. That is very impressive, and it would be devastating if that were to happen. Taking a look at the official National Hurricane Center track, as you can see here, here's 8 p.m. Monday. It does have it hitting Cuba as a Category 3 at that point. It remains Category 3 and then drops to Category 2 just before landfall on 2 p.m. Thursday. But whether it's 3 or 2 at that point doesn't really matter because it's still going to be very strong and cause significant flooding, wind damage, and catastrophic beach erosion. Let's take a look at the GFS model real quickly, shall we? As you can see here, GFS has it continuing to strengthen as it enters the Gulf of Mexico, down to 951, 950, all the way down to 947 millibars. But as you saw with the European keeps it relatively strong still, even as it comes to the Tampa Bay area. And look what happens on GFS. It actually slows down for a time right over Tampa. Literally stalls. Then it weakens once it comes on landfall and continues further north. And I do think I am favoring the NHC. Let's go back to the National Hurricane Center. I do favor Tampa Bay getting a direct hit at this point. GFS has shown it. The Euro has shown it. They are starting to lock in on this, and it is not good. The only thing I could possibly see happen is maybe a tad shift east a little bit more, kind of like what the Euro shows. But for the most part, I think you need to prepare for major impacts. Some evacuations are already in place, and it does look like some people are starting to heed these evacuations. Take a look at the traffic map here in Florida. You see people are starting to go east from Tampa Bay. People are starting to go north. So there are people evacuating the area, which is good to see. We need to see more people doing that. This is going to be a significant storm. Power is going to be out for days, and I think there's going to be significant damage in this area. Whether or not it's a Cat 2 or Cat 3 at that point won't really matter because it's going to impact you significantly. Tampa Bay has not seen a direct impact from a hurricane, or at least not a hurricane making landfall in this area in 100 years. This is going to be a historic storm, and the damage from the storm is going to be in the hundreds of millions, if not billions. What happens after its impact is done in Florida? It's kind of up in the air still. Some models want to keep it going up into Georgia with the remnant rain. There is one model that wants to bring it back into the Atlantic, redevelop, and hit the Carolinas. I would pay attention if you're from North Carolina on south, because, that is a possibility. If it ends up more east, it gets back into the Atlantic, it starts strengthening again, and you get another landfall as a hurricane and the Carolinas. Nothing's off the table. Right now, the main focus is the impact on Florida. Thanks for watching this video. We will have another update come tomorrow as we get closer to the potential landfall time for Ian, which will be later this week, which will be on Thursday. So that gives you 2 more days to prepare. If you need to evacuate, do so now. Do not wait till the last minute. And if you can't evacuate, check to see if any emergency shelters are open in your area. See if you can't go there and stock up on supplies. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Have a great night.